Yo, what the frig's going on? I'm glad everyone liked that last video. I didn't think anyone would like that. See, let me tell you something about YouTube. If you're starting a YouTube channel, you never can predict what people are going to like. Never. Sometimes I'll do a video, I was like, oh, this is good, man. People are going to love it. People hated it. Then I'll do a video, I'll say that was fucking boring. People loved it. So, it's just, it's crazy. It really is how it works. This is a real quick update. This is going to be about, I really wanted to get a range video up for you guys, man. I wanted to go to the range today. I refuse to go to that range on a Saturday. I won't go. Alright? Cause, you know how the range is. My range really sucks. Got my Glock cup and some coffee, like all that creamer. A lot of cream, a lot of sugar. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to watch my weight, but I can't mess with my coffee. If you think for a friggin' minute I'm using Splenda, Sweet and Low, or Equal, you're out of your fucking mind. That shit is nasty. Shit is horrible. It's like little cancer packets. That shit's all chemicals, man. No. So I just don't mess with that. I don't think it's going to hurt me. I only drink maybe 1 or 2 cups of coffee a day. And I got to have it, especially in the morning. But everything else I'm doing good. Drinking water. I had my mini wheats for breakfast. Now for lunch I'll have a little turkey, and then tonight I'll eat what I want, and that's it. Three pretty good meals. Nothing too drastically strict. I'm not going to eat fucking boiled chicken like Sylvester Stallone. I'm just making better choices. The weight will come off slower, but it'll make you stay on it. When you try to go too hard, you jump off. You jump off, man. So, anyway, let's not talk about that too much. I got my Beretta M9 out because this is what I've been using. This is what's been on my nightstand when I've been going to bed at night. Because, it's new, I'm real into it, I love it, and it is loaded, so we'll check it for safety. It's a beautiful gun, real nice design, real happy with it, and it's a looker, it grows on you. I like to look at it. Love how the slide feels. It don't feel rickety, Everything's real solid, straight, and smooth. Love it, love that feeling. So this video is going to be about my future wish list, okay? And my future wish list. I have the Ruger out here, the Ruger 22. Now this one has the 1911 angle on it. You can actually put 1911 grips on here. I haven't tried it, but I've heard you can. They look like it. But I would never change them because they have the metal crest in there, and the grips are they're the thin, slim grips, and they're cool. I always say I would never change them, then I fucking change them. That didn't work, did it? I'm trying to have it up so you can see what it looks like. It's a nice looking pistol. This is polymer. The older ones are steel, and they look like a German Luger. This looks like a 1911. I'm talking about the bottom half of the frame. Looks like a 1911. The older ones look like a German Luger. I like these ones because I like the 1911 angle. The only thing about this, for some reason, because the trigger is set for, see how far back the trigger is? You see this pistol? How far up the trigger is? The trigger is real far back, and the trigger is real fat. It's a target trigger. Most target triggers have a lot of width on them. And let's make sure it's clear. I know it is, but it is clear. This is a target trigger, so when I'm pulling the trigger, when I'm firing this thing, okay, when I'm firing, I got to make sure I use the front of my fingertip, because this sucker pinches your skin back here, pinches the fat of your skin. It's because the trigger's so wide. So when I'm firing, I got to make sure just the tip of my fingers on that trigger. I mean, that's how I shoot anyway, but this one you have to be extra cautious that way, or when you pull the trigger, when you have it back that far, it pinches your fat on your finger, and we all know I have plenty of fat on my fingers. You know what I'm saying? So, my wish list for the future. Future guns that I want, future guns I plan on getting, and depending on how well the website does and, you know, my life goes, I don't know. We'll see how long it's going to take to get them all. One of the first ones on my list, I know I'm saving for the Ed Brown and all that. Just put that aside for a minute. One of the first ones on my list, I want to get the Colt World War II 1911. Now they're like 900 to 1,000, but that's really the original, you know, World War II 1911, and I would like to have a Colt for that gun. Okay, I've held one before. They look just like the Springfield GI, but believe it or not, they are made a little nicer. They're a little more refined, and there's a little more craftsmanship in it. Now the Springfield GI is a great 1911 for the money it is. For the money it is. But the Colt's on a little bit higher of a level with machine quality, and you know that's why it's a lot more money. It's because it's a Colt, and it's more because it's made a little nicer. Okay, it's not real loose and wiggly like the GI is. So I would like to get that. That's definitely a priority. That one. The next gun I would like to get would be, I don't have any revolvers, so I'm looking at the a Smith & Wesson 357 Magnum 686. They're around $700, maybe between $700 and $750. They're a little expensive, but in my opinion, in the revolver world, I don't think anything can beat a Smith. Rugers are okay. Now some Colts are super high quality and some Colts are just good. You know what I mean? I think all Smith revolvers are super high quality. So yeah, I would like to get a Smith & Wesson 357 686. That's the stainless one for $700. That would be the revolver I would like to get. Also the Governor, Smith & Wesson makes a, like Taurus makes the Judge, but I had the Taurus Judge, and you know what? I'm not saying it wouldn't work or anything, but I don't like the way the action feels on that gun, and it didn't feel like it was made very well. And the plastic, them little plastic sights fell off it. Oh, I didn't even drop it, and the front sight fell off. Sorry. I know you guys, I know there's a lot of Taurus guys on there, out there, but that's one of the reasons I won't buy them. I won't buy their guns. Prime example, right there. So maybe it's just that gun that's kind of, I don't know. So Smith & Wesson has a version of that, and it's called the Governor. Now I trust Smith & Wesson more because they pay attention to quality. The Governor shoots 45 long Colt. It also shoots 410, and it also shoots 45 ACP. Okay? And that is called the Governor. That might be an option, but I don't know. Right now, I do need a nice revolver. So it's going to be a Smith, whatever the hell it's going to be. As far as the rifle world goes, I always wanted an M1 Garand. It goes with the Colt World War II 1911. I can't wait to get them two guns next to each other and have them in my safe and do videos on them and have them on display and rub my balls on them. They're ball rubbers. Remember that. The 1911 Colt and the M1 Garand are ball rubbers. That means they're extra, extra great to look at. They're like, it's like pornography, gun porn to me. Now the M1 Garand, I shot one twice in my life. I shot one LSKW1. I met up with him and I shot his, and I think we were shooting, I don't know, maybe 70 yards with iron sights, maybe 70 yards, and we were nailing everything with it with iron sights. And it just goes to show you how beautifully accurate that thing is. It's because it's really heavy. And, you know, it's a semi-automatic 30-06. Now that rifle has a clip, and inside it has an internal magazine, and it's clip fed. So that does have a clip. that is definitely on my list. But for an M1 Garand, in my opinion, I think you need to spend the minimum $1,000 to $1,400 to get M1 in good condition. Unless you get a reproduction. I know Springfield makes them. You can get them brand new. Now I think they're like $1,500. But I would like to get an original. But I don't want to. I wouldn't want to spend over $1,400 for it. Maybe I will get a reproduction one. Doesn't matter. It's the design you're paying for. If you want the history with it, it's just psychological. But I would like to get an M1 Garand. Period. Man, I got a headache when I talk. When I talk that long without breathing, I get fucking lightheaded. Whew. So, as far as the rifles go, in the AK world, I've already conquered my demon. I got a Polytech. So the AK world in my safe, I've conquered that. I have the ultimate AK. To me, is my Polytech. Now I need the ultimate rifle, and then to me, that would be the American rifle. Would be the M1 Garand. So that is on my friggin' wish list. There's zero funds for guns right now, so it's going to be a while. We'll see how we do. The website's going to be opening soon. I'm not going to say when. I leave that up to Tom. Tom will let you know when the website's up. When he gives me the green light, I will say the website's up. And then hopefully you guys are happy with it and you think the prices are fair and we ship quick and hopefully it runs smooth, you know. And if that does, that's more income, pay more bills, buy more guns. Yippee. Alright. That's one of the rifles. Now, another rifle I would love to have, I mean, this is if I had a ton of money and I could just go out and get my dream guns, is the SOCOM M1A. Man, that thing is awesome. The SOCOM 16 is the one I like. It's called the SOCOM 16. It doesn't have an internal magazine. It has an external magazine. It's kind of like an M1 Garand, and they just made it a little more modern. I mean, even the mechanism on the top, how it chambers, it's all the same. It's the same like an M1 Garand, except the SOCOM 16 has an external magazine, which to me is better than an internal magazine. It's just faster. And you get like a 20-round magazine for it. And I like the tactical one, all black, synthetic stock. It's got a beautiful muzzle brake on it. And it's 16-inch barrel. It's friggin' awesome. It's friggin' awesome. But you're talking about $1,500 for that thing. But I think right now that's one of the best rifles Springfield Armory's got on the market is the SOCOM. Whichever one you like. There's the SOCOM with the longer barrel. There's the SOCOM 16. There's the SOCOM 2. Whatever one you like. So far, the ones I've all seen, I would like the SOCOM 16. I have no desire to shoot 500 yards. You know what I mean? So the SOCOM 16 is the one I'd like. So that's it for the rifles. Now, handguns. Back to handguns. I would like to get a Glock 29. I never said I'd own more than 2 Glocks, but maybe 3 would be the maximum. And if I would get another Glock, Tom got me hooked on the Glock 29. I didn't know the Glock 29 was a 10 millimeter, a little compact little 10 millimeter. Man, how cool is that? So yeah, the Glock 29 is very realistic because you know they're like $540, and that's something that can be conquered quickly because of the price. I don't know. The only thing about that gun is it is a carry gun, so I don't know about using 10 millimeter for self-defense. Don't know about that. I don't know if that's overkill or you can get in trouble, and that's what keeps me hesitant about buying it. Because I don't want to buy it and then I don't carry it because I think it's too powerful. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just heard stories. I heard a guy went to jail for using a 10 millimeter as self-defense. I don't need that shit. And of course, the Castle Law in PA has been passed. I know I'm a little late on it. It's like a month or so old. But we can defend ourselves in our home, outside our home. So thank you for that. Good time for it to happen too. Everyone's going nuts. So there's still regulations though. You can't go in courthouses. You can't go in any federal buildings. You know, you got to stay out of post offices, and some places will have a sign posted, "No handguns," and you got to honor that. So if it says it, you can't go in there with it. And it pisses me off when it's a place that I know you can go in with a handgun and they have a thing posted you can't. That's bullshit. I think that's bullshit, but whatever. So, and then ultimately, I would like the ultimate 1911 would be probably, as far as Wilson Combat, Nighthawk Custom, Les Bear, Ed Brown. I'm really leaning towards the Ed Brown because I really got to hold one and I've seen Tom's and it makes me sick to my stomach when I look at it. That's how nice it is. I get the poopies when I look at it. I have to run to the bathroom. That's how excited it gets me. That Ed Brown with that bobtail and that finish and them little fish scales and all that shit and the trigger. Oh my word. It's like Jessica Biel in a thong. Yep. So there's your update. Sorry, I wanted to give you a range video for the weekend, guys, because, you know, no one wants to see me sitting at this gun table all the time. You know what I mean? Sorry about that. So you're going to get a range video next week. I got to go to the doctor's. Then my son has to go to the dentist, so next week's going to suck. I hate going to the doctor's. So that's it. Talk to you guys soon. Do I have any change? No change. See you later.